Our group decided to do our project on the effects of pre versus post-workout supplementation of creatine monohydrate on body composition and strength. My name is Sydney Robinson, and the other members of our group are Allison Young, Houston Etchite, Tyler Caproni, and Krista Duras. To give a little background information, some of you may be asking yourself, what exactly is creatine? Creatine is naturally produced in the muscle cells of our body, and it provides the muscles with energy during lifting or high-intensity workouts. 95% of creatine is stored in the muscles, and the other 5% can be found in the kidney, brains, and liver. Studies show that creatine supplementation can increase lean body mass, performance, and even strength and power. It has been said that the timing of consumption has an effect on the exercise, but it is not known if there is a difference between pre and post-workout. Therefore, the purpose of this study is to find the difference between pre and post consumption with creatine supplementation.
For this particular study, they used 19 male recreational bodybuilders. These boys ranged between the ages of 20 to 26, weighed between 154 and 200 pounds, and stood between 4'7" and 6'2". In order to participate in this study, the boys had to have been resistance training in the past year. The boys also must not have consumed any workout supplements or ergogenic acids in the past 4 weeks. They divided the participants into 2 groups. The first group was the pre-subgroup, and the second group was the post-subgroup. The pre-subgroup consumed 5 grams of creatine monohydrate right before training, and the post-subgroup consumed the same amount right after exercising. The boys participated in 4 weeks of self-administered resistance training, and the participants were responsible for consuming creatine on their own on days when they didn't train.
All of the subjects would follow a periodized split-routine bodybuilding training regimen that was designed for skeletal muscle hypertrophy or muscular growth. The participants would train 5 days a week for 4 weeks, with each session lasting approximately 1 hour. The program would go as follows. On Monday of week 1, the focus was chest, triceps, and shoulders with 3 sets of 15 on each, not including the 2 warm-up sets. Tuesday would consist of hips and legs with 3 sets of 15. Wednesday would be back and biceps, 3 sets of 15 on that as well. Thursday would be chest, shoulders, and tries again for 3 sets of 10. Friday would be hips and legs for 3 sets of 10. The weekend would be used as rest days. For week 2, the number of reps would decrease due to an increase in the weight during the lifts. Monday would be back and biceps for 3 sets of 10. Tuesday would be chest, shoulders, and tries for 3 sets of 5. Wednesday would be hips and legs for 3 sets of 5. Thursday would be back and bis for 3 sets of 5. And Friday would conclude the week with chest, shoulders, and triceps for 3 sets of 15. The weekend again would be used as a rest period. Weeks 3 and 4 would follow the same general pattern as weeks 1 and 2, with week 3 being a lighter week and week 4 being the heavier week. The program would go as follows. Week 3 would start with hips and legs for 3 sets of 15 on Monday. Tuesday would be back and biceps for 3 sets of 15. Wednesday would consist of chest, shoulders, and triceps for 3 sets of 10. Thursday would focus on hips and legs for 3 sets of 10. Friday would be back and biceps for 3 sets of 10. The weekend would again be used as a rest period. Week 4, the final week of the program, would start with Monday, chest, shoulders, and triceps for 3 sets of 5. Tuesday would be hips and legs for 3 sets of 5. Wednesday would be back and biceps for 3 sets of 5. Thursday would be chest, shoulders, and triceps for 3 sets of 15. And Friday would be hips and legs for 3 sets of 15. The weekend again would be used as a rest period.
These are the exercises the participants could choose to do during the study. Before completing these exercises, the participants should have fasted for the previous 3 hours, they should not have done any vigorous exercise in the past 24 hours, and they must have maintained their normal dietary intake. They were instructed to do a certain number of each exercise. For the chest, they could pick from a flat bench press, incline bench press, cable crossovers, pec deck, flat bench flies, or the decline bench press. The participants could choose any 3 chest exercises. For the shoulders, the participants could either do an upright row, machine military press, dumbbell overhead presses, lateral dumbbell raises, or shoulder shrugs. They were also instructed to choose 3 of these exercises. The participants chose 2 tricep exercises out of tricep pushdowns, dips, or French presses. Next, the participants were instructed to choose 4 back exercises out of a wide grip lat pull down, narrow grip lat pull down, chin ups, cable rows, dumbbell rows, or dumbbell flies. Next, the participants chose 3 bicep exercises. They were able to choose out of standing barbell curls, standing easy bar curls, concentration curls, preacher curls, or hammer curls. Finally, the participants were able to choose 5 leg and hip exercises out of back squats, Smith machine squats, leg press, lunges, leg curls, leg extensions, calf raise, seated or standing, or a stiff leg deadlift.
The methods section continues with the food diary, a workout log, and measuring body composition as well as performance of assessment. Subjects provided a food diary where they report what they ate within the last 24 hours. This was one randomly picked day each week. Dietary intake was measured using the NutriBase program. Height was measured using anthropometry. Weight was measured using a standard calibrated scale. Body composition was measured with the bod pod, which uses air displacement of the whole body. Subjects followed same protocol for each testing, including the same clothing. Testing was conducted at the same time of day, give or take an hour. Subjects were required to keep a workout log showing the exercise performed with the number of sets and reps. Exercise performance was measured via 1 rep maximum. Each subject warmed up with 2 sets of 8 to 10 reps at 50% of anticipated maximum on the bench press. Subjects started at 70% of max and increased weight 5 to 10 pounds until one rep max was reached, taking only 2-minute rest in between reps and had up to 3 attempts. For the results section, 19 healthy recreational male bodybuilders completed the study. There were no significant differences in baseline measures in any of the subjects. The study found that post-workout supplementation is possibly more beneficial in comparison to pre-workout supplementation with regards to fat-free mass, fat mass, and 1 rep max blood pressure. As far as dietary variables, there weren't any significant differences between the pre-sub and post-sub groups. Both groups on average consumed 39 to 40% of carbohydrates, 26% protein, and 35% fat. Both groups consumed 1.9 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight.
Results from this study suggested that consumption of creatine monohydrate after exercise had a greater effect on body composition than when it was consumed before exercise. 1 subject from the study in the post-subgroup and 3 in the pre-subgroup noticed a slight reduction in their fat-free mass. During the 1RM test, 2 subjects in the pre-subgroup showed either no change or a decline, while the post-subgroup had only 1 subject show no change, while all the others in the group showed an increase. As with all studies, this one did come with its limitations. The sample size was very small and only consisted of 19 men, which limited the range of data collected. The duration of the study was also relatively brief and should have allowed for more time for the subjects to take the supplements. The test was self-administered, so there could have been flaws in the way the resistance exercises were performed by the subjects. And finally, the subjects had past experience and had taken other supplements as well as consumed meat. Recommendations can be given to athletes from the results of the study that would help them improve their overall body composition and muscular strength. Athletes should be recommended to take post-supplementation, as the study shows that it is more beneficial. Also, a question arises. If this study works well on meat-eating athletes, what would the effect be of creatine supplementation on vegetarians?